What's up everyone, I'm back with another player story video, and this one is going to be about the Spurs 29th pick of the 2017 NBA draft, Derrick White. We all know the Spurs love drafting high character, hardworking guys who are not very known to the general public, and Derrick fits into that category. He had one of the most interesting journeys to the NBA, and I feel like more people need to know about it. To start things off, Derrick grew up in Colorado, where he attended Legend High School. Basketball has always been his biggest passion growing up, and like every other player in high school, his goal was to get a scholarship to play basketball for a Division I college. Unfortunately, there were some big obstacles in his way. By the start of his senior year in high school, he stood at only 5'10" and 170 pounds. That's the height of the average American citizen, but unless he's a crazy exception like Isaiah Thomas, that size is not going to help him get into a Division I college and definitely not the NBA. As a result, Derrick received interest from only one 4-year college, and that was Johnson & Wales University, a school that's known for their excellent culinary program. Derrick said he wasn't sure about attending a school that produced more chefs than basketball stars, which makes perfect sense. He wanted to be cooking on the court, not in the kitchen, and Johnson & Wales also did not offer any athletic scholarships. But besides Johnson & Wales, the only other college that gave him an offer was a junior college in Wyoming, and he did not want to go there because, well, nobody wants to go to Wyoming, and he wanted to go to at least a Division II school. With no scholarship offers, Derrick's future in basketball was looking very bleak. His father, Richard, was his biggest supporter and desperately tried to help Derrick get into a college for basketball. Richard searched through dozens of college rosters online for any schools that are willing to accept his son. He would mail all of them Derrick's bio and highlight videos to showcase his talent and skills. But most of them did not even respond, and when they did, it was always the same thing over and over again. He was too small to be a Division I or Division II basketball player. With 2 months left in his senior year of high school, Derrick basically gave up on basketball at this point, and he was starting to make plans for another career path. But fortunately for him, he caught a huge break. Jeff Culver, the head coach of the Johnson & Wales basketball team, who originally tried to recruit him, landed the head coaching job at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs, a Division II college. Near the end of Derrick's senior year, Coach Culver quickly offered him housing and a spot on the Colorado Springs basketball team. This is where Derrick's basketball career really started to take off. Additionally, in the few months before he started his freshman year at Colorado Springs, he went through an insane growth spurt, growing over 5 inches at the age of 18, and he ended up reaching his adult height of 6'4". This late growth spurt was great for Derrick's career, because basketball scouts started to take him seriously as a legitimate prospect for the first time in his life. At Colorado Springs, he had the best 3 years of his life. He quickly became the star of the team and started in every single game in his 3 years there. In his junior year, he averaged 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists per game while leading his team to the NCAA tournament. Unfortunately, his team got eliminated in the second round, but Derrick was named an NCAA Division II All-American in 2014 and 2015. His career was starting to take off, and now he started to get recognized by bigger schools. At this point in his life, he had a big decision to make. He already played 3 years of Division II ball at Colorado Springs, so he only has 1 year of college eligibility remaining. He could easily just finish his last year there and hope that his draft stock would be high enough to where NBA teams would be interested in drafting him. But that's also pretty risky, and very few players from Division II schools even get drafted in the first place. What he does in his last year of eligibility could determine the trajectory of the rest of his life. So after thinking about the situation and getting input from his coaches and parents, Derrick decided to transfer from Colorado Springs to the University of Colorado Boulder, a Division I college in the Pac-12 conference, one of the best conferences in the United States. Because of the NCAA's regulations, he had to sit out for 1 whole year before playing for his new school. But at the start of the 2016-17 NCAA season, Derrick came in strong. In his one season at Boulder, he averaged 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists per game while being named to the All-Pac-12 first team, right alongside guys like Markelle Fultz and Lonzo Ball. He shot 50% from the field and 40% from 3, while also leading his team in total blocks and steals. He was also named to the All-Defensive team, which shows how much he's improved in the area that many people at the time thought was his weakness. When talking about all of his individual accomplishments, Derrick said that he always hoped for it, but his teammates are the real reason why he's able to succeed and get these kind of individual awards. His assistant coach said that nobody saw this coming. A skinny 6-foot guy who nobody thought could even play college basketball was tearing up the Pac-12 conference. After having some great college seasons at Colorado Springs and Colorado, Derrick built up his resume enough to become a first-round pick in the 2017 draft. A couple of mock drafts had him being a late first-rounder or early second-rounder, and very few predicted that he would go to the Spurs. He's also almost 23 years old, so he would be the oldest player selected in the first round if he was. But when he went to the Spurs with the 29th pick, it was the greatest situation that he could have hoped for. Derrick's story and personality is the perfect fit for the Spurs organization. He worked his entire life trying to prove his doubters wrong, and this is just another stepping stone in his career. This was a guy who went from being completely unknown by everyone besides a cooking school to being an All-Pac-12 first-team player to getting drafted in the first round by the greatest organization in the NBA. That's really insane. This was just so unbelievable for him that shortly after he got drafted, he received a phone call from Coach Popovich and started getting really emotional around his family and friends. It just shows how difficult his journey was, and he's not taking anything for granted. With Derrick's insane work ethic, combined with the Spurs' incredible player development and coaching, we're going to see great things from him for years to come. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that story of Derrick White. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll be making more videos like this in the future. See ya next time.